These three are now in competition to win the coveted title of Most Embarrassing Teenager. As we proceed, I'll be judging their teenage indiscretions, and the most embarrassing will be committed to this memory box, which I will then throw out of a fifth-floor window. Now, time to meet the teenage yous. Let's have a look there. Look at that.
What a trio.
I mean, where do you start?
I think I know where I'm starting. It's a black and white photograph of me in my school uniform.
That is... I mean, this is Eton, right?
It is, I'm afraid, Eton
Wow.
College. Although,
is.
actually, that's before I started Eton, but I like to wear the uniform even in the years leading up to it, just to get myself in the zone.
It's angelic.
Yeah, there's a lot of hopes and dreams there, but don't worry, they'd be snuffed out pretty quickly.
Stacey.
Yes.
Let's have a look.
Hey, there she is.
Cheeky, confident.
Do you know, I wore that tracksuit for about 10 years straight. Wouldn't take it off. It must have stunk.
Is it a school logo or is it a fashion logo?
That's Kappa. Do
It's
you
Kappa.
remember?
Sorry.
Kappa,
I've
Ivo.
embarrassed myself.
Oh, I've...
You
Is that
study,
the school...
study at Kappa? Fantastic.
Is that the school crest?
I'm always looking for a crest, Rod.
Where in the world? How old are you? What's going on?
So this is in my house in Luton. You can see the Nesquik, can't you? Just to the right-hand side.
But they're both turned round the white way round. Your nan would approve.
My mum would, my mum and nan would have been delighted. You're absolutely right.
Do it. Let's have a look at Slim. I love your picture, mate. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that.
Come on.
It's so posed.
I know. Usually I don't like taking photos. I'm not
Oh,
really
no,
a
no, I
person
can
that,
see that. It's somebody who...
I was in Butlins for... We was there for the week.
That is in Butlins?
That's Butlins,
That does
mate.
not
That's
look like a sort of Butlins
No,
pose.
no, but I'm a bit swaggerlicious. I've got a Pia card top on.
It's a lovely, proper sort of vintage feel.
It is.
I've got to choose which one's the most embarrassing. I think yours is... I think it's the pose, mate.
Is it
Especially
the
now you told
pose?
me it's Butlins. It's one thing to be told in a school photo to stare off wistful into the distance, but to do it in Butlins of your own accord... there you are. That, mate, is going in the box.
Come on.
To start us off, that is the most embarrassing photo. So, looking at your photos, I'm going to guess what you did for fun. Slim, what? Very fashionable, clearly. Very, very confident. Were you into music as a teenager?
I liked playing music. I was in a sound system.
Let's have a look. We've got you set up here, set up at your decks.
Oh, what a pic. That's cool.
It was a sound called Ladies' Obsession. It was supposed to be a soul sound, you know, for the ladies. So we called it Ladies' Obsession.
Popular with the ladies.
Girls like music, don't they? So they
Ladies
always
love a
bother you.
DJ,
Yeah,
don't they?
yeah, they do. I don't know what it is, but they do. They bother you all night. Can you play this tune? And they'll walk off, and if the next tune is not the tune they asked for, they just come around like a boomerang all night. DJ hate drunk females. We really do.
And you've played with some big names?
Frankie Paul.
You played with him?
Yeah, he was over. He was in a club in Vauxhall. This way I was a bit naughty. In the main part of the hall, they've got a curtained-off section. They've stacked the chairs back there, and I've managed to, behind the curtain, wrangle a little square between all the stacked chairs. A girl I was seeing at the time, I managed, while he was on stage, to say, come out to the back. And,
I've wrangled a stack.
so, yeah, he drowned out whatever was happening, and, yeah, I had a whale old time, yeah.
While Frankie Paul's on stage?
While he was on stage, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Ivo, what were you doing? I imagine very similar.
There wasn't a lot of building my own stack and inviting people to get off in it. It was mainly the Historical Board Game Society.
Historical Board Game Society.
It does what it says on the tin, Rod. I once proposed that we play Risk, but I was told that we wouldn't be playing Risk because it was not based sufficiently in historical fact. And that's the level.
Didn't you guys ever go to look for, like, the local girls' school?
Yeah.
And
We knew
play
that
a
local...
game called Let's Go and Find Some Pussy?
Do you know what? I've had enough of this historical board
I
game.
should have gone to your school, man. I'd have brought special brew and a spliff. That'd have been a different...
Much as I'm enjoying the special brew now, and I'm sure the spliff will follow later in the show, the thought of someone just standing up in the middle of the Historical Board Game Society and saying, let's go and find some pussy.